My heart, a compass, turns toward you with every beat, every pull of longing across invisible lines only love can trace. North is where your voice lives, steady and true, calling me back from wherever I wander. Even when distance stretches like an ocean between us, my soul knows the way home by instinct alone. I have charted no map, yet I know the curve of your smile as clearly as the curve of the earth. You are the horizon I chase, not because I am lost, but because loving you gives direction to all my days. Every time you laugh, it's a beacon, pulling me closer to warmth, to light, to something that feels like truth. How do you do it, love? How do you make the stars align with a single glance? My pulse speeds when you're near, slows when you're far, a tide you command without effort, and still you are not aware of your gravity, the way the universe bends just slightly around your presence. Yet I know, I see, and I follow, always, not because I must, but because I can't do otherwise. There's magic in your touch, subtle yet monumental, as if you hold not just my hand but also the fragile framework of my soul. When your fingers intertwine with mine, the world stops spinning for a moment just to watch. I feel the world hush, leaning in to listen to the unspoken poetry between our skin. You don't even have to say much, your silence is a verse I read over and over again in my mind, a lullaby only my heart can hear. Sometimes I find myself studying your face like scripture, memorizing the curve of your brow, the softness at the corner of your lips, the way your eyes narrow slightly when you smile like you're trying to contain an entire galaxy inside you. My love, you are both a storm and a shelter, fierce enough to set my soul on fire and kind enough to quiet every fear I've ever held. In your presence, I become more open, more vulnerable, more alive. And even in the quietest moments, when words dissolve and we speak in breath and closeness, I find the entire world in you. When the night folds in and shadows lengthen, I find your name on my lips like a prayer, half whispered, half clung to. You are my evening star, guiding me through every twilight of doubt, every dusk of sorrow. Even in darkness you shine, not with blinding force, but with a steady glow, the kind that feels like safety, like home. I have searched for a peace like yours in music, in poems, in the slow hum of city lights, but only in you did I find it. When sleep steals you from me for a time, I dream not of fairy tales, but of morning coffee shared with you, of laughter echoing in kitchen tiles, of mundane moments made extraordinary by your simple presence. You make even silence feel golden, like the world is holding its breath to make space for our love. I would cross lifetimes just to find you again, if only to brush your shoulder in passing and feel the familiar thunder in my chest. Because even that would be enough. Even a moment with you is worth 1,000 lifetimes without. I never believed in fate until your eyes met mine. There was no thunder, no orchestral swell, just quiet recognition, like coming home to a place I had never been but always missed. You were not what I expected, you were more, so much more. With you, love doesn't burn, it builds. Layer by layer, memory by memory, like stone upon stone, in a castle made only for two. You love without pretense, and in doing so you give me permission to be wholly imperfectly myself. And still, you choose me, not in grand gestures, but in the 1,000 little things, the way you listen without judgment, the way you remember the things I forget about myself, the way your hand fits mine, like a lock and key. You have become the rhythm beneath my words, the pause between my thoughts. If love is a language, then you are the only one I've ever been fluent in. I want to write our story across the sky and carve it into the bones of time. So even if the world forgets us, the stars will remember we exist. I used to think love was found in stolen glances, or roses, or fleeting kisses in the rain. But now I know, love is in the way your gaze never falters when I'm unraveling. It's in the way your voice softens when I'm breaking, the way your arms encircle me, not to hold me back, but to keep me steady. You don't just love the good in me, you love the broken, the bruised, the scared parts too. And in doing so you've taught me to love them as well. I am not afraid to fall with you beside me. In fact, falling became flying the moment your hands reached out. There is no fear in your eyes when you look at me, only wonder, only belief. With you I don't have to be perfect, I just have to be honest. And in every truth I've ever told, the one that stands taller than the rest is this: I am better for having loved you. Even if time rewound and fate refused us, I'd find you again in another form, another world, because love like ours doesn't just end, it echoes. I see eternity in you, not in the way stories speak of gods or forever promises carved into rings, but in the everyday kind of infinite, the kind found in shared sunsets and morning light that spills over your bare shoulders. You are the soft answer to all the questions I never knew I was asking. In a world that spins too fast and changes too often, you are my still point, the fixed star in my sky. Time moves differently when you're near. A minute stretches into a universe, and yet a day feels like a breath. I wonder sometimes if the world envies us, how simply we love, how complete. We don't need fireworks. We have the flicker of candlelight and the brush of your thumb across my cheek. We don't need forever carved in stone. We have it in our hearts, quietly understood. My heart is no longer mine, not in the way it once was. It listens for your footsteps. It beats in your rhythm. It dreams your dreams and weeps your tears. Wherever you go, you carry me too, for my compass has set itself to you, and you alone. Some say soulmates are myth, stories for dreamers and poets. But if that is true, then let me be the dreamer. Let me write our myth. Because when I look into your eyes, I do not see fiction. I see something realer than skin, stronger than fate. We have danced through lifetimes before. I'm sure of it. How else could I know your laughter before I ever heard it, or feel nostalgia for your touch before your fingers found mine? Ours is not just love, it is recognition, like two rivers finally converging after centuries apart. You calm the storms inside me, and in your calm, I find the strength to weather anything. I do not know where life will take us, what winds will try to pull us from each other's arms. But I do know this, if love is a journey, then every road, every path, every detour has led me to you. And in this life I will choose you every single day, even when it's hard, especially when it's hard. Because some loves are written in ink, but ours, it's written in blood, in bone, in breath. There is something sacred about the way you hold me, not just with your arms, but with your presence, with your intention. You see me in ways I didn't think possible. You see the parts I hide, the ones I'm ashamed of, and you still choose to stay. That kind of love is rare, precious. You are not just my partner, you are my sanctuary. With you I don't have to run. I don't have to pretend, I just am, and that is enough. I never knew love could be so healing, so steady, so wildly peaceful. You are not my escape from the world. You are the reason I can face. Your strength becomes mine. Your belief becomes my courage. I carry your love like armor, like firelight in the cold. When I'm with you I feel infinite. Not because the world disappears, but because it suddenly feels conquerable, with your hand in mine. We are not perfect, but we are real. And in a world of illusions, that makes all the difference. You are my once in a lifetime, my always, my after, and my heart. This compass will always return to you. You've become the melody in every song I hum, the muse behind every word I write. Even when you're not around, you live in everything. The wind whispers your name, the stars blink in rhythm with your laughter. There is no escape from the joy you bring me, not that I'd ever want one. Your presence rewrites my definition of love. It's not just kisses or passion, it's the way you remember how I take my coffee, the way you reach for my hand when you sense I'm slipping into thought, the way your silence comforts more than any speech ever could. You are love in action, in motion, in still. You are the morning I rise for, and the dream I drift into.